devouring time. Blunt thou the lion's paws, and make the earth devour her own sweet brood. Pluck the keen teeth from the fierce tiger's mouth, and burn the long-lived phoenix in her blood. Make glad and sorry seasons as thou fleetest, and do whate'er thou wilt, swift-footed time, to the wide world and all her fading sweets. But I forbid thee one most heinous crime. Oh, carve not with thy hours my love's fair brow, nor draw no lines there with thy antique pen. Him in thy course untainted do allow, for beauty's pattern to succeeding men. Yet do thy worst, old time, despite thy wrong. My love shall in my verse ever live young. Okay, that was Sonnet 19. Sorry, I am sweating because it's very hot right now. Happy Friday. It's Friday. It's not Saturday or Sunday, which is... I usually do these more so on Sunday. But my weekend's actually kind of crazy, so I'm going to do my sonnet today. So last week I was in Scotland, and I did that super famous sonnet, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day? And this kind of confirms, Sonnet 19 today, kind of confirms we are shifting away from not only shifting away from the theme of trying to convince the fair youth to have children, but this sonnet is actually not even directed at the fair youth. Shakespeare's speaking to time. And it's a very kind of interesting series of shifts in tone, because throughout the sonnets, Shakespeare has used some very beautiful language to describe how powerful time is, how powerful nature is. And most of these descriptions have some sort of sense of, or at least I interpret, some sense of respect or reverence for how really massive the impact or power of something like time has. And this sonnet, I feel like at the beginning, is very much Shakespeare. So it's Shakespeare speaking to time, and there's a lot of respect behind that. In the fact that Shakespeare references all these powerful animals that time can just... It can blunt the paws of the lion. You can cause tigers' teeth to fall out as they grow old. You know, these powerful, powerful animals rendered helpless by time. And I think that needs to... The first part of the sonnet needs to have a sense of respect in order to motivate the plea for you can burn everything else and everything else can go to ashes, but I'm going to ask you one thing. Don't do it to this beautiful thing, because this beautiful thing needs to serve as the pattern for future generations of beauty, to serve as the model. And then at the very end, there's this a bit of about-face of like, you know what? I just remembered, I'm a badass poet, and I just wrote some awesome sonnets. So show me what you got, time. It was really kind of a marked shift, and all of a sudden that humble respect is gone, and Shakespeare's just like, mic drop, what? And here I am in the year 2017 talking about this guy's sonnet. So yeah, he might have a point. But that was very interesting that throughout it occurred to me as I was scanning it that yeah, he's not talking to the fair youth anymore. He's talking to time, and I thought that was kind of cool. A couple things I liked about this sonnet. Pluck the keen teeth. That I had a lot of trouble with in my head. It just sounds weird. It's like kind of a weird tongue twister. I don't know. I really like the combination of words there. Um, God, I love when he calls time old. What a burn. Shakespeare, what a burn. That's so good. It's great. The about face, because he compliments him early. He's a swift-footed time. He is he respects him earlier in the sonnet, and then kind of just really turns around quickly at the end. One thing that also struck me, the he's talking about my love, the fair youth, but there's kind of a double meaning there of like my love as a thing, like the love that he feels for the fair youth, and while I think that it's more clear that the meaning is don't destroy this beautiful thing, the fair youth, I think that there's a lot of commonality between don't destroy this beautiful thing, my feelings for the fair youth. In the sense that as the fair youth gets older, is he still going to love him? Is the love and the how enamored he is and all these feelings he has, are they going to change as the fair youth changes? And that got me thinking about, again, in some of the other sonnets, it, you know, whether or not, how much of it is a praise of superficial physical beauty and nothing else, as opposed to a praise of something being exceptional. And so I thought that got me thinking about the concept of love as a thing and how that thing can change over time. So yeah, that was a thought-provoking sonnet, a fun one. The best burn, I think, in most of the Shakespeare sonnets that I've done so far. Old time. Boom! That's really good. Thanks for watching. Sonnet 20 next week. Hopefully it won't be this balls-ass hot, because, oh my god, I'm sweating right now.